Nobody's gonna love me like you do. It's your voodoo, and I'm so amazed. Resurrect me from my grave. You love me, I'm your slave, but that's what you do. We can not be in love. No boundaries, your love surrounding me. It's not a game, but I'll win it all because I got you. It's all about you, yeah. Be not ashamed, cause I love everything about you. I'm attuned to you. We can not be in love. No boundaries, your love surrounding me. Needle in the haystack, you found me. Balanced on my chakras, I'm grounded, unlocked on my lockers. Astounded by what love can do when I'm loving you. No boundaries, your love surrounding me. 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 I'm just a magician, looking for some loving. Hoping you'll give me a chance. I wanna join your coven. We can do a ritual to marriage you, everything mystical. You mind if I lick you slow? Without you, I've been miserable. I guess I need some company. I need my women crush Wednesday humping me. Call your girlfriend, now they jumping me. Open his portals, guess it's up to me. Manifestation, have your way with me, goddess. I'll submit to your grace. Set your intentions. You can do it all while sitting on my face. I fear there's a danger in a private show. I ask and I come see it, but she always tells me no. If you wanna make it rain, girl, I'll make it so. But every time I ask her, she says that I can't go. I know I love her, but I know I'm not the only one. When the party's over, she'll love me when all the fun's done. My favorite girl's a rider at a rodeo. I ask if I can see her, but she always tells me no. She says I pick around whenever she feels low. I ask if we could chill, but she'd rather be alone. She'd rather be alone. She'd rather be alone. She'd rather be alone. I know I love her, but I know I'm not the only one. When the party's over, she'll love me when all the fun's done. My favorite girl's an actress at the picture show. I asked her for some tickets and she always says no. Protect my heart and I'll protect your soul. Love has a night and I'm a crime soul. I know I love her, but I know I'm not the only one. When the party's over, she'll love me when all the fun's done.
They ain't rooting for me, they ain't clapping for me. I'm only saying, can somebody just be happy for me? I really hate to say I told you so, so I bite my tongue, but you know.
Your favorite mystic's favorite mystic. You are traveling with the mystic. Time to tap in now. Your favorite astrologer's favorite astrologer. You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic.
You must be
What about now? Let me know if you can hear me now. Huh? It's cool. Let me know if you can hear me now. I think I did it. I think I got it popping off. Let me know if you can hear me now. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Great. Few technical difficulties. All right. That song that we were listening to was called Picasso. Picasso by Giant Killer. That's JIANT You can find it on all streaming platforms. That is JIANTKILLA. Giant Killer. Picasso was the name of the song. So get my notes up here. The site that I'm going to pull up my notes is going to be the first link in the description, ladies and gentlemen. And go ahead, click that first link, subscribe to my Substack, become a contributor to my Substack, because I told y'all I'm about to go in with the writings. This video in particular is going to be in reference to an article that I just put out in reference to the anima and animus. And for me doing this particular study, like getting to the source of it, like reading a lot of Carl Jung, and it's just like you gotta keep reading it for it to make sense to you. And it's like I always have like an eye for it and an ear for it. And I seen this video today on like how to do shadow work by some young dude, and that shit like in shadow work, and then regurgitate what you done Googled about shadow work. I was like, man, I gotta do a shadow work video. So his video was called How to Do Shadow Work. So I titled my video How to Do Shadow Work for Real. Really no shade. It's just kind of crazy that we live in a world where something so specific and something so real could be going over a lot of people's heads. So yeah, I want y'all to get the article for real. So the article, before I get into the conversation, the article is the first link in my description. Is going to be my Substack link. Click that link. You can join the Substack for free. You can pay $5 a month. You can pay $55 a year, or you can be a major supporter. You can give me what you like. You can give me 5,000. That's what it's worth. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm giving y'all a 5,000% discount by just giving it $5 a month. You know, it's really worth $5,000 a month. But, you know, with that being said, y'all wouldn't be getting access to the material. And at the same time, I got all of this information from a $6 Scrib account. You know, the time, energy, and effort that I put into it is going to come back to me somehow, some way. That's just how I get down, man. You work hard spiritually. You do your spiritual work. You do your research spiritually. You don't deprioritize your spiritual work. Because when you deprioritize your spiritual work, then you might focus on money or relationship or whatever, and you're going to suffer in that relationship. You're going to suffer with that money because you have what is called a shadow side, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to be so clear with this, so clear that we begin to understand where this shadow side come from. Okay? It's not hocus pocus. It's not your negative feelings, your negative emotions. It has nothing to do with that. It's very specific, actually, right? And this is just from like staring at this shit for years and years and years, and like seeing the anima, seeing the animus, and not fully understanding the logistics of it. Well, today I want to talk about the logistics of the anima and the animus. So please, sit down, calm down, relax. The information that I will be sharing with y'all in this video is golden. Now, say for instance, you don't want to pay $5 to get access to the Substack. Well, you won't be getting the information that I'm putting down, right? It costs $5 to read this article, right? But beyond that, say for instance, you don't got the 5. Well, you got to listen to this video because I'm going to just go over the article in the video. I'm doing $5 for the article just in case you don't want to hear me go off on tangents and talk about how I get my toes sucked and things of that nature. When I'm writing an article, when I'm writing a blog, I never talk about getting my salad tossed. The only place in the world, if I'm teaching a class, I'm never talking about, my relationship quandaries and things of that nature. The only place where you get me being ratchet is this free ass YouTube channel, right? This content is free. In that sense, I just kind of be myself a little bit. And I'm trying to relate to people who are not robots. You feel what I'm saying? People who from time to time like to get their toes sucked. From time to time they like to get their salad tossed. And I like having those types of conversations, right? But irregardless of that, I want to talk specifically about the shadow and where it comes from, right? When we say the shadow side is the unknown side of us, it's unknown, but we have figured out what the known side is, right? The unknown side is a specific gender. And why is the unknown side of you a specific gender? Because the known side of you is a specific gender, right? All of us either have a penis or a vagina. Is that a fair statement to make? One's in the chat. If and I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers, right? I'm speaking psychology. Do y'all know the difference between a man and a woman? One's in the chat. Because I just want to know my audience. I want to make sure that y'all awake. I know y'all probably done ate some damn ribs, got the damn itis. So I'm going to be asking some questions in this damn video so y'all can understand what I'm talking about. Can you clearly understand the difference between a penis and a vagina? Is there any wiggle room in the understanding between penis and vagina? Right? We can clearly understand that. So when we talk about the shadow, what you are, if you know you got a penis, then your shadow side has a vagina. This is why it's unknown. This is why it's crazy. This is why it's cringy, right? Because you are a man and you have an unknown side of you that is feminine. Okay? This is shadow work, ladies and gentlemen. It's not abstract. Is once you realize the unknown side of me is a woman, now you're clear. Now you're specific, because the known side of you is that you're a man. When you get to the fact that the unknown side of you as a woman is a man, then now you're clear on the shadow work that you need to do. You don't need to do a Google slide fucking PowerPoint presentation on information that you got off of Google. You haven't sat with this shadow work shit long enough. I've been sitting with this shadow work shit for a very long time. And actually, the breakthrough came through in a shadow work consultation. And I'm like, damn, this is what it is. And so once I figured out this is what it is, I began to study the anima and the animus. Like, oh, it's only this. It's not even confusing. Until you get to the fact that I have a penis and my shadow side has a vagina, I have a vagina, so my shadow side has a penis. You're not doing shadow work, and you don't even have no real understanding as to how to do shadow work and under what premise, under what guise, because you're listening to people talking about Google Slides, Googling information, talking about how to do shadow work, talking about if you just paint. Well, I've been painting a long time. Still getting my ass kicked by my emotions. Still getting triggered by my baby mama every single day. Every single day. My mama can trigger me. My girl can trigger me. My daughter can trigger me. But I've been meditating. I've been drawing. I've been doing all of the stuff that they said I'm supposed to do because I'm spiritual. But here I am being triggered. Why? Because I live in a world of projecting. What am I projecting? I'm projecting my divine feminine energy on who? Badass bitches with BBLs. I'm projecting my divine feminine energy on nuns. I'm projecting my divine feminine energy on old ladies. Can I help you walk across the street? I'm looking at these women as my God. You might say, what's the problem of putting a divine feminine woman on a pedestal? Well, I put her on a pedestal and now I'm getting child support payments. I put her on a pedestal and now she won't let me see my kids. Plus she taking $40 out of my check every 2 weeks. I really could use that $40 on something, but she taking it to take care of my kids. I mean, how messed up could you be? But at the same time, why do you fall in love and fall out of love? The reason that you fall in love in the first place is because you projected your God force energy on a human being. And when they let you down, it's almost like they portrayed the God force energy within yourself. This is why you're so heartbroken. Why? Because your God force energy, your divine masculine, would never treat you like Jermaine would. But here it is, you giving Jermaine all of your time and never giving your time to the God within. So shadow work then is to no longer project your God force energy onto your father, your mother, your husband, your wife, your daughter, or your son. You begin to harness and understand your God force energy as a divine feminine woman. You begin to understand your goddess energy if you are a divine masculine man. Period, point blank. Because we all piss differently. That means we all got different gods. So let me just go back to this previous scene. Y'all ate ribs today. Y'all probably got the itis. One's in the chat if what I'm saying is making some kind of sense to you. Because we're going to get deeper into the conversation. And I just want to make sure y'all didn't fall asleep. So let's look at this picture, right? We have a son, right? Even though he got the straight backs looking like Allen Iverson when he crossed over Jordan in his rookie season. That's not a girl, that's a boy. This little boy was created by his mother and his father. That means he has his mother's energy. He has his father's energy. The ego persona chose the father energy. The shadow anima is the mother energy. One and the same. That little boy is his mother and his father's creation. Just because he came out as a boy does not mean that he's entirely separated from the mother. Have you ever seen a little boy that looks like his mother? Another point that I want to make. If he was only masculine, if he was only male, then that would mean that when he have kids, he could only produce male. Why can he produce a daughter? Because he has his mother's energy inside of him. He has his grandmother's energy inside of him. It just so happens that he has a penis. This is the only thing that makes him masculine besides his testosterone, testicles, muscle density, things of that nature. Right? The physical features of masculinity. And then we also know some men that are frail, that are feminine. I know some men that are more feminine than a lot of women. So this is not a personality contest. This is a genetic psychological contest. This is a soul understanding. All spectrums of men. The masculine man, the feminine man has a feminine soul. The stud, the petite, beautiful woman has a masculine soul. Period, point blank. No escaping it, no wiggle room. Don't get out of it. Just wanted to elucidate that actual point. And now I just want to kind of get into the reason that the shadow exists, right? So, your mother is not your cosmic mother. Your mother is not the goddess within. Your mother is not your soul. Although she does a lot for you, right? Your mother will feed you, change your diaper, put clothes on you, put you in a good school, protect you, provide for you, help you in all sorts of ways. And then you turn a certain age and now she's telling you to kiss my ass. One's in the chat. One's in the chat, you reached a certain age and your mama said to hell with you. Now, when this happened, unless you had some psychological development, you was crushed. You ever ask your mom for a favor when you used to getting favors from your mom and she say, no? You like, what you mean no? You are my God, woman. I pray to you. You supposed to give me $50 when I need it. You supposed to give me $20. You ever been in college and needed some money from your mama and she said, well, nigga, I don't got it. You 18, you need to get a job and stop asking me for money. That ever happened to you? So at that point, you realize that your mother is not your God. At that point. Then you begin to find God in other places if you smart. If you like me, you looking for a little thotty patati to project your God force energy on. The reason that men be around women is not because they don't love you. They are projecting their God force energy onto you. See, most men do not have a relationship with their soul. Most men don't even understand that they have a soul. And then when we say soul, we want to be abstract about it. Most men do not realize that they have the goddess within themselves. So they don't do work to have a relationship with the goddess within themselves. So when it has a relationship to do with the goddess within themselves, they can only find it by falling in love with a stank hoe. They can only find it by falling in love with a good girl. With a girl with a fat ass. That's a man's spiritual development. Be in a relationship with your ass, ladies. That's as spiritual as a nigga gonna get. You ever told your nigga that he need to journal? You ever told your nigga that he need to do some research on the goddess? He look at you like, bitch, what the fuck you mean? I'm paying the rent in this house, shut the hell up, right? So what does this do in the relationship? This, when you have a man that does not have a relationship with the goddess within, that means that you are the goddess without. That means that he's expecting you to do all of the things, wait for it, ladies, all the things that his mother either did or didn't do. Meaning that he doesn't even want you as a lover, he wants you as a mother. Because the furthest thing a man gets to spiritual work is being in a relationship with you. Now let's flip it to women in their relationship with the shadow. If your daddy was at home, if your daddy was gone, you have a father wound. Why? Because your daddy was not God. Your daddy was not God, and if he was the best man ever, he let you down. You know why? Because it's suspected that he was going to let you down. It's suspected that you was going to get angry at your father. It ain't nothing special. It ain't nothing new. Why? Because your whole understanding of this man was a projection of your shadow, your animus. This is why you got animosity towards every man in the world, because one's in the chat, no man has ever lived up to your expectations. Let's keep it a buck. And let me tell you another level of this, ladies. He never will, and he never can. You never should be expecting it. You should be developing a relationship with the God within, period, point blank. And that nigga is just in your life for what? Shits and giggles. Trips. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be your husband. He gonna be your boyfriend. Whatever. If you find somebody else, he gonna be with somebody else. You gonna be mad about it? You gonna be sad about it? Why? Because you don't even have no relationship with God. Who do you have a relationship with though? You have a relationship with your baby daddy, don't you? You have a relationship with your boyfriend. You have a relationship with your husband. Why? Because you projecting your God force energy on this man. And if he living up to your standards, congratulations. But every relationship is on the brink of tension, is on the brink of destruction. Why is every relationship on the brink of destruction? Because God is nowhere in the relationship. Everybody is projecting upon one another to be their God, to be their protector, their provider. I want a woman that's fit, feminine, and cooperative. I want an angel. I want a slut. I want a prostitute. I want a nun. I want a man that's 6'9", 280 pounds, pure muscle, with eyes only for me. And you want all of these things from these external beings, and you don't want shit from yourself. Make it make sense. Make that make sense. What is your relationship with the God within? Your relationship with the God within is non-existent. But then you want to tell me the problems that you having with your baby daddy, with your husband, with your boyfriend. Riddle me this, Batman. How are you ever going to have a positive relationship? And you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about when you afraid for your dear life, when your relationship is built upon so much tension that it feel wise to just separate from it. Well, we got kids together. Fuck them kids. I can only imagine how bad and toxic the relationship has to be for the people, the adults, to decide, you know what? It's better if we just not be together. Well, we got kids together. Fuck them kids. My shadow is unexposed. Your shadow is unexposed. Our shadows are fighting amongst each other. And I don't even know where this shit is coming from. I don't know where this shit is ending. Why? What am I talking about? It's been ones in the chat because y'all done had goddamn barbecue chicken. Y'all might not did the ribs, but you for sure barbecue some chicken, mac and cheese. I know some vegans ate some mac and cheese. Like, is this vegan cheese? Oh, it don't matter. It don't matter. Ones in the chat, just throw it on there. I'm going to eat that today. I'm hungry. I haven't ate all day. Yeah, I just take some mac and cheese and some green beans and some of that bread. One's in the chat if relationships just goddamn happened. You don't know why that girl like you. You don't know why that man love you. You like, damn. You ever not know why a motherfucker liked you before, fam? And they was cold? One's in the chat. That's some scary ass shit. You ever ask a motherfucker why you like me and they look at you like shit? I don't know. I just want to see you tomorrow. Like, girl, you know I got a slew foot. Girl, you know I got 4 baby mamas. Girl, you know I'm a walking red flag. You know why? Hey, guess what? When the shadow is in love with you, all bets are off. Hey, I'm going to tell you another thing. When the shadow is not fucking with you, hey, ain't nothing you can do. When a woman's fed up. That's why R. Kelly sung that song, right? It was the animus representing for Sparkle. He like, hey, look. R. Kelly singing to himself as a man. Like, look, bro. She mad. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Hey, man, it's like you running out of luck. Hey, come to think about it, it's too late to talk about it. Like, forget about it. So, at the end of the day, man, like, I'm so serious about this because I was just sitting, like, really, like, once I did the reading and once I got, like, the gist of it, because I know you're supposed to journal, but I journal like my soul was talking to me. And boy, that shit hit like the lottery. That shit hit like nothing else. I was like, oh my God, it just all made sense. It all made sense. I'm like, oh, my soul is a woman. And I've always had, she's always been there. Like, it took like psychedelics to open me up to this side of, like, to see it clearly. But, like, it kind of went away over time. And then when I seen it the first time, I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at. And then I did the reading, and then I started journaling. When I started journaling, that shit all came flooding back. And I was like, she told me never to forget. And I forgot, but I remembered when I started journaling. So fellas, this is for the fellas. Get you a damn notebook. Get you a notebook. And write what your goddess is telling you. One's in the chat if that makes sense. Ladies, tell your man. Get a relationship with his soul because you is not his damn soul. You don't owe that nigga shit. You don't owe that nigga a damn thing. He wants you to do this and do that. You is not that man's mom. You is not that man's mom. So, the reason that we got to talk about this because there is no such thing as 100% masculine. Shout out to Chad at the gym, Chad and Scott on their gains, taking their protein, things of that nature, right? The most masculine man is covering up the most visceral feminine side. The most feminine woman is covering up the most visceral masculine side. And these masculine and feminine sides are psychic personalities that exist in the same way that you exist. As a physical personality, consciousness. This is why you project your God force energy on a person. and then expect them to be a certain type of way. And then you want to have these conversations of, I want you to do this. Why you not doing that? I want you to do this. Why you not doing that? You do not have a relationship with the God within. So you think that this person is a God. So now they got to do God shit. Listen, ladies. Listen, fellas. It's too much pressure. Get a relationship with the God within, with the goddess within, and be done with it. The moment you start working with the God within, you know that it's a woman. You know that this is the same energy connected to you. That woman that you fantasize about, that man that you fantasize about, that woman that come in your dreams, that man that come in your dreams. That sounded too crazy, but y'all know what I'm talking about. No pun intended. No man is entirely masculine. No woman is entirely feminine. The balance comes by understanding that the spirit is specifically gendered. The reason why I'm repeating it, because y'all niggas talk about spirituality and you're too abstract. One's in the chat. What do abstract mean? Let's bring up Google. Existing in thought or as an idea, but not having a physical and concrete existence. Y'all think spirituality is just an idea. You think it's just some misty fog. But the more you deal with it, the more you understand it, the more specific you can become with it, and the easier it is to understand it. Listen, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And that spiritual being means masculine and feminine. This is the spiritual side of us. And why is the spiritual side important? Because the spiritual side is the seed. The seed is the blueprint to how our life works out. The problem with it and the abstract nature of it is because if you don't deal with the seed and you deal with the spirit when it's in its growth process, it's already got its instructions. You ever dealt with a person and you've been trying to talk to them and trying to get to know them, and maybe they've got a weird idea about life, but they've accepted this idea about life. Let's just say they feel like it's normal to suck 2 dicks a day, 2 random dicks a day, right? And this is your friend, and you telling her or telling him, right? Hey fam, it's not cool to do that, right? And you might give them literature, books. Y'all might watch YouTube videos together, and he might be taking notes. He might break down crying, like, I can't believe I did it. Oh my God, I'm so crazy out here in these streets. He might give you a hug and tell you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll never do this again. And he right. He go from 2 to 4 in a day, every day. And you see him on the boulevard one day. He got 2 dicks in his hand. Like, what up, Jermaine? And you just look at him shaking your head. You know why? Because the seed has already been, this is why you gotta protect your children at all costs, right? That's why you gotta take your kids about that damn school, fam. You gotta make the sacrifices, work from home, goddamn work a night shift job. You feel me? You gotta do something. Take your kids about that school. Why? Because if they can set this, your kids' brains, man, they impressionable, right? So if they can get a specific idea, these ideas that we have and we develop, they germinate and they get up intertwined in our DNA, and now we trying to live out this flawed experience. So everything that is not dealing with the seed, in essence, is not spiritual. When you decide to deal with something spiritual, you get to the root of the problem. Now, the root of the problem is the masculine and feminine energy that created you. You are created by a masculine and feminine energy. One in the chat. You ate the mac and cheese. You had the coleslaw. You had the baked beans. You had a vegan barbecue plate. So you still might have the itis because they have MSG in it. And the reason that we're talking about this and the reason that we're bringing this to our understanding is because if we do not understand the God and goddess within ourselves, if we do not understand the soul, the specifics of the soul, then we will project the specifics on a soul on a specific gender. Because you don't deal with abstract niggas, do you? You deal with niggas with penises. You don't deal with abstract women, do you? You deal with women with vaginas. And you don't project on, random objects. You project on that fine, beautiful woman, don't you? You say, ooh, that girl look good. If I was ever to have her in my life, I would take care of her and nurture her, and do all of the things that a God should do, right? You want a woman, don't you? You want a man, don't you? Right? You projecting a specific personality on that person, right? You don't know if that girl done came from a glory hole, do you? You don't know if she came from a glory hole. You just think she look good. So imagine you projecting your God force energy. It happens. It happens all the time. You think a girl is a perfect angel. Come to find out, she a dirty girl. Let's just say that. And then you start taking your love away, don't you? Why you took your love away when you found out she was a dirty girl? One's in the chat. Why you take your love away when you found out he was cheating on you? Because the whole time you didn't even see that person as an individual. He told you during the first date, I tend to cheat after 60 days. I'll be bored. You said, you so crazy. Not with me. You ain't gonna cheat on me because I'm gonna get this good pussy on you and you ain't gonna never cheat on me. He like, look, in 60 days, I get bored. I like to travel. I like to go around. Because you projected your God force energy on him, you think you're gonna get a different narrative. Here it come, day 59, going into 60. He been coming through every single day. The 60th day is going straight to voicemail. You hurt. You crushed. Oh my God. I can't believe he doing this to me. I can't believe he doing this to me. That whole entire feeling is a result of a projection. He ain't did shit to you but do the thing that he said he was going to do day one. Let's keep it a buck 2000. I need the ladies to answer this. One, you want a man that have experience with women. Two, you want a man that don't know women like. Follow me on Instagram for more provocative conversation, and I'll be right back after these messages. One, ladies, you want a man that gets a lot of attention from the ladies, and this don't one or two, right? No third option, right? Or two, you want a man that gets no flavor from the ladies. Let me know. Follow me on IG. Bim says she want a virgin. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. The real shit is when, when it's like this situation of something that was so crazy and so toxic, And you know, I can't stand that motherfucker. I can't stand that motherfucker. You hear her tell that story, and then 60 days later, guess who the person that she hate? It's your ass. And you like, damn, I know exactly how that motherfucker feel now. Nah, bitch, you the problem. You the problem. So so basically, y'all want a man that knows nothing about women. Okay, maybe I woke up in the wrong universe. Cause the last time I checked, it was the niggas with the hoes getting the hoes. But maybe I'm in an alternate universe tonight. Never have I ever seen a lame dude who struggle getting girls magically wake up and get a girl. Have y'all ever seen that? Y'all know that lame cousin that y'all got who will never get no ass. Do he ever get ass? It stays like that, right? It'd be a miracle, right? It's going to take a miracle for that man to get some. So, I don't know. Y'all do like the pepperoni and cheese a lot of times, but I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm going to get into what exactly the shadow is. I've never ever seen a lame nigga get a beautiful girl to come home with him at night. Usually when you lame, you stay lame. You better hope to hit the lottery or it's just over for you. So I mean, y'all probably was eating the pepperoni and cheese at the cookout today, and it's all good. If y'all ever decide to keep it real, though, the man that is in tune with his feminine side is the most desirable man. Whether he's fat, whether listen, it's buff. We was just at the gym the other day. No homo, sexy, built black dudes struggling with trying to find love in their life. Like they cannot figure it out. They like, man, I don't even know. These niggas cut up big, like, man, I just want somebody to love me for real, right? All I'm saying is that it's hard out here for a pimp. You know, it ain't no blueprint to this thing besides finding the divine feminine within yourself. Cause now women want virgins all of a sudden. Never in a million years, but now all of a sudden it's virgin time. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. You don't need to be no players no more, right? Anyways, let's get into this. Our relationships on how they are, how you attract people, how you sustain, how you maintain a relationship is based upon an inner psychic structure, right? So for me, I know for a fact I was a lover boy before I even knew a woman. I would read how to massage a woman. I had oils. I was massaging chicks in high school. You feel me? Like, let me give you a massage. Wasn't nobody coming to chicks in high school with oils and a book bag with, you know what I'm saying? I'm rubbing chicks down, asking her sign. Oh, you a Leo? I can tell you want to be a performer. She like, oh, how you know? Like shit like that. I was in tune with my feminine energy a long time ago, right? So I'm saying this to say, it's dudes that is stronger than me, look better than me, got way more money than me. You name it. When a girl talk to me, I'll be like, girl, I could point you in a better direction. You don't need to be dealing with me. You know what I'm saying? I really ain't shit for real. Right? But I'm in tune. So it's like, it's a vibe. It's an energy. Now, the nigga over there with the muscles that don't have no way of connecting to the divine feminine within itself, he cannot connect to the divine feminine outside of himself no matter who he is, no matter what he do. And y'all get on the internet acting like money is going to save you, muscles is going to save you. In real life, if you don't got riz, if you don't got game, if you're not in tune with your divine feminine, you don't got, it's broke niggas getting pussy. Tonight, a nigga with no money is getting some ass from a quality woman. And it's a nigga with money in a loft apartment on Tinder swiping right, hoping that a girl's gonna like him and he's striking out. I would tell that rich man right now, fuck them hoes. You already got the bag. You already got what a woman want and need. Now all you need to do is develop a relationship with your goddess. That's all you got to do now, because the more money you pour into a situation, money do not buy happiness in your relationship. And the more money you got is the more money she going to get from you in alimony, my guy. You done worked your whole life for a bag just to lose half of it because you projected your goddess onto this woman who the whole time was listening to Drake featuring DJ Khaled and French Montana. She stayed scheming on your ass. So many rich men. And I'm telling you, only the rich men is in court. Because what you gonna take a broke nigga to court for? To get $40 from child support? You could sell some pussy for that. You can sell pussy one time a week for that. You don't gotta do all of that. So if you got the money, all the rich niggas in court. Cause why? Cause they too busy projecting their God force energy on these women that is listening to Drake. Stay scheming. And they have no idea. And it'll keep on happening to them too. You ain't seen bitter till you seen a grown ass man scorned by women over and over again. Why is he so bitter? Why is he so scorned? And it ain't the girl's fault. It ain't the woman's fault. If every woman is getting over on you, you can't be mad at the women. What's wrong with you? If ain't no man checking for you, you gonna blame the men for not checking for you when that's what niggas do, is check for pussy, check for women? That's the key sign of a man. So you want men to check for you, you gonna say it's the men's fault? Or is it internal that you need to start dealing with the God within? When you start dealing with the God within, you start dealing with your magnetism and attraction. We talking about God force energy here. We talking about powerful energy that is within you, that is hidden and unconscious because it is not specific. The shadow is aligned to either the animus or the anima. And this is something that we must understand. So we're going to get into the goddess within. We're going to get into the God within. And then we're going to do some conclusions. And I'm going to let y'all get back to those leftovers. You figure deal? So let's get into it. The goddess within is the anima and is a personality within every man. Since every man has this personality, he easily projects it upon a woman. Now, it's 2023, fellas. Y'all don't even have to project it onto a real woman. Let's do this. Let's do this right here. Let's talk about shadow projection right quick. Let me bring up my display capture. We're going to look at this together. I'm going to take this goddess within down one time. We're going to push this over a little bit. Give y'all a little bit more screen love. Watch this. Watch what men is doing with their God force energy, who they projecting it on. How much do OnlyFans corporation, like the company, How much does OnlyFans company make? $2.5 billion in 2023 in 2022. This is how much that the company is making. Why are they making so much money? Because men have a goddess within them that they refuse to deal with, and they want to project it on Mariah Mills. They want to project it on the girl that's, giving head in the bathroom on OnlyFans, right? And it's better to project it on a digital girl, because a digital girl, although she's taking your money, like, she's not, taking you to child support court and things of that nature. So it's going to be, men without being psychologically sound, meaning that they're not going to deal with their soul because they don't want to deal with the specific gender of their soul, because the information is not being told to them. Because when they see spiritual people talking about spiritual shit, all they talking about is abstract things. All they doing is doing Google slideshows and repeating and regurgitating shit that they have read. So why would a man ever deal with their soul? They don't even realize the gender of the soul. And I'm going to tell you what the gender of the soul is. It's the same gender of the thing that you've been watching on porn. That is a means of projection, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, men and women masturbate. But when you masturbating, you are masturbating as a form of projection. You are looking at a form of yourself that is unconscious to yourself, and you getting off on it. And that's a level of ignorance, because at a certain point, why wouldn't you just get to know that part of yourself more than just jacking off with it? Now, then we get into another conversation. Okay, Hood. How do I get in contact with the goddess within? Right? What is the proper perspective that the goddess within is speaking to you at all times? Why would the goddess within not speak to you? Why would the goddess within not speak to you? Why would your soul not want the best for you? The problem is we don't understand it. So the shadow work then becomes unconscious. And because we don't get specific, it becomes even more unconscious. See how that work? So once again, your mother is not your soul. Your soul is your cosmic mother, your goddess within, your anima. When your mother stops taking care of you, your soul will take care of you. When your girlfriend breaks up with you, have you ever been broke up with a girl? A woman that you love, a woman that you needed, a woman that you put your life into, and she said, no, this is not working for me. You was crushed, wasn't you? You ain't know how you was gonna make it. Y'all shared a car together. Y'all shared a home together. You ain't have money like you thought you had, and you was broke. You was making $40 a week, and they taking it all away in child support. And now, look at you now. You getting paper. Look at you now. Remember when you was crying because your girl took everything from your stupid ass? Look at you now. You getting paper. Remember y'all brother who was crying? Man, she took everything. What he doing now? On the high life. Taking trips and shit. Why? Because no matter how much you love that woman, she never gonna be God. She never gonna be the goddess. No matter how much your mama love you, she gonna stop loving you in the way that she used to love you. Period, point blank. And if she keep loving you the same way, it's something wrong. Right? We know something wrong if you 30 and your mom sitting in front of you like, choo choo. You don't even want her to do that shit no more. But when she was doing it when you was a little kid, it was everything for you. So what is this evolution that we are experiencing of need from a woman? It's all a projection of our goddess force energy within ourselves that none of these niggas is talking about. And since nobody talking about it, since we some fucking followers out here in these streets, then I guess it don't exist. Well, fuck y'all. I'ma be journaling with my goddamn goddess. Y'all can take it or leave it. At this point, you understand? And that's for the fellas. Ladies. My ladies. My Mercedes. God within. This is for the daddies, strictly for the daddies, right? Your relationship with men, your relationship with your father is all a projection. If you ever had to tell a man, well, a real man would toss a salad if even though he was a vegan and I eat steaks. It shouldn't matter because I wash my ass. It ain't like steaks is on my ass. See, you being petty. A real man. Who is this real? And if you know what a real man can do so much and so bad, why the hell you in my face, sis? If you know what a real man is, you know what real love is, and it's so easy for you to just verbalize and express it and project it on me, how about you find that real man within yourself and start having a conversation with his ass and tell him what a real man should or shouldn't be doing? Because riddle me this. Who is the person that you've been having sex with when you're masturbating? Because that don't got the same size as that little toy that you got or big toy that you got. Like, it get real weird and convoluted. Inner psychic structure. And your inner psychic structure holds masculine energy. This is why when you start arguing and you get mad, yo nigga, shut the fuck up. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. When it's time for an argument, it's time for your nigga to shut up. And he begging and pleading. All right, I ain't trying to argue with you. One's in the chat. He is not trying to argue with you. Why? Because, check this shit out. His inner psychic structure is undeveloped. His inner psychic structure has never been developed. He only know God through you. He only know God through his relationship with you. I'm about to plug this up. Give me 1 second. So, a man would love a woman, but not really love the woman. He loves the projection that she can handle of his God force energy, of his goddess. Now, this is why a man is so dominant on what you should do and what you should not do. Because his goddess is in a specific ways of being. And you, without a relationship of your God force energy, might normalize the submission of being a projection of his God force energy. The only problem is the interior psychic structure that you are not dealing with and he is not dealing with. The only problem is the deep, because the reality of freedom is being stripped away from you, not from the white man, not from the government, not from the institutional racism. No, your freedom is being stripped away from your husband. Now triggers your husband. It now triggers your wife. And when it comes to these arguments and confrontation, the woman always wins because her animus is masculine and dominant. A woman is not emotional. A woman is masculine on the interior, and what she says goes. And if she never deals with the God force energy within herself, it's not as if she is the person that the man wants to be with. She is a tyrant in her own home because her dad hurt her. Her dad wounded her. Her dad let her down. But she has never got the psychological teaching of projection that your dad is not God. Your dad got some pussy on a Sunday. Your dad got some pussy one day and now you pregnant. And that's and all that it just he's not perfect. So giving up your projections on your father, on your previous lovers, present lovers, getting into what your God force energy looks like. Now, the God is within you, divine feminine vessel. The magic is within you. The dominant spiritual nature is within you. What you want, you can have, right? So if I understand having power comes a lot of responsibility, you must understand this as well. Learning how to tap into your masculine energy is going to help everybody around you because the power is within you. It is not because your daddy abandoned you and neglected you. It's not because your husband cheated on you. These are all projections. Now the work is called shadow work. The work is called shadow work. The work is in journaling. The work is in understanding. I just have been working on this for a very long time. These conversations and these concepts and these ideas. And it feels as though I'm able to really solidify and identify a specific understanding in the realms of shadow work that can really help people, man, if they can understand the specifics of their soul, right? The gender of their soul, and begin to communicate with that personality the same way they would with their girlfriend, the same way they would with their boyfriend. And how do you communicate? You don't do it with your mind because it's too much bullshit in your mind. You have 50,000 thoughts a day. So how do you do it? You do it with your journaling. Right? You do it with your automatic writing. You say, what does the divine feminine, what does the goddess within have to say to me today? And you write it and you recite it and you read it. And that's what your goddess has to say to you. This is how you communicate. What does the God within has to say to me today? And you journal it, man. You get into the relationship with your shadow side through communication, right? So these fireworks is going crazy. I'm gonna get into some food. This live done got me hungry. Check the second link in my description. Get you the shadow work journal if you never got it before. You don't need the shadow work journal. You can get a 99-cent composition notebook, right? But start journaling, start getting in tune with that other side of you, and stop wanting bitches so bad. Stop wanting niggas so bad. Stop wanting a relationship so bad and be so sad that you don't have an ideal relationship. And even when you get into that relationship, you're not even going to know what the fuck to do with it because you don't have no relationship with yourself. You don't have a relationship within your inner psychic structure. It's just hoping and wishing and fingers crossed. We can really do some magic, man. This process of shadow work, this identification of the anima and animus is kind of like one of the major steps to spiritual working in totality. This is why, bro, the Yab Yum is one of the most original symbols, right? This is the true shadow work right here. This is the true work, unifying the masculine and feminine energies within yourself. You journal and you receive the information. If you receiving energy, if you receiving information from your soul, then you should be able to follow the instructions. I don't think that you should be journaling and expect sparks to fly or no shit like this. You want to have a relationship with your soul because the relationship with being by yourself is fucked up. The relationship with your partner is toxic as hell. You need to stop projecting this energy or don't journal at all, right? And stay in the realms of hoping that people live up to your expectations and then having your feelings crush because they don't live up to your expectations, and then getting mad and yelling at people because they don't live up to your expectations. Journal and then journal again, right? Journal for the sake of journaling. If you journaling and you waiting for something to happen, don't journaling, because either you a claircognizant or a clairvoyant or a clairaudient, or you somebody like me who ain't none of that shit. You just a human being that's on earth that don't know shit. And if you don't know shit and you don't have clear psychic powers, then you need to develop a certain skill with the psychic world. And it's called a grimoire. It's called the Book of Shadows. Every magician has it. A reason that you need a journal is because if you don't write down your magical workings, you're going to be like your little cousin talking a whole bunch of shit all day, right? I did this, I did that, I did that. And you just like, okay, you still got a fucking Matchbox car bed, right? And it's all in your mind. It all sound good. When you start to journal and write what you intend, and then you say, I didn't manifest what I intended in my journal. I wonder what the problem was. Now you doing magic. If you don't journal what your intentions is, don't get it, and then say, oh, fuck it, then you never even going to see what the issue is in the realms of seed setting and manifestation. And I don't think that the spiritual path and the shadow work path is easy. I think it's for a selected few of people who have the maturity to be able to see themselves as masculine and feminine at the same time. And I don't know. It ain't for everybody. But with that being said, man, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share this video with somebody that could use it, maybe not could use it. Oh, and also like the video. It takes 2 seconds and it helps with the algorithm. Really appreciate the support. Really wanted to get this video off, get this video out for those who need it, people who needed the clarity. This video is for you. Peace to y'all. Hope y'all have a great day. Enjoy the fireworks.